Welcome to Boo Crew Case Files. I'm your host, Bri Schroeder. I'm currently sitting at St. Ignatius Hospital. Probably, it has to be my favorite spot to investigate. I've been missing the spirits. I've been so lonely. I thought I'd come and sit in St. Ignatius by myself in the dark.
Bri.
Charles?
Bri, where have you been?
Charles, what are you doing here?
You told me you would wait for me.
Have you been here this whole time?
I've been waiting the entire time.
Oh my gosh, you've been here for months.
I know.
Charles, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
This is exactly why I haven't heard from you. Did your battery die?
This is what happened last time.
Oh my gosh. What have you been up to?
I've been sitting here doing EVPs. I don't know what you've been doing.
For listeners that don't know, EVPs are electronic voice phenomena. It's where you have a digital recorder that might capture something that our ears cannot hear in real time. Seriously, you've been here the whole time?
I have.
That's not true. You've been posting on Facebook.
That's true. It always gives me away, doesn't it? But it seems like it's been forever since I've been here, so it's good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to see you. What have you been up to, my friend?
You know, between work and some health issues with my wife and just things like that, it's been a busy winter. Been doing a little ITC work and ghost box stuff, but I had been, before all the snow, going to the cemetery, but that's on hold until spring, I guess.
Well, I think that we should look to do something come springtime with the cemeteries. I know we've talked in the past, so more to come on that in future episodes.
Looking forward to it.
You've got something spectacular coming up in June. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you for the plug. In June, there's going to be a big Sasquatch conference in Spokane Valley, and they've got some of the big, well-known experts speaking, and it's really going to be a good conference. And they also saw fit to invite me, so I'll be there as well.
You are knowledgeable in all things supernatural. One of the things that I admire most about you. How much are tickets, and how can people get tickets?
You can just look it up on Facebook. It's called the Spokane Valley Bigfoot Roundup. All the information will be on there, or you can look me up, Charles Howard Johnson. I'd be glad to help you out. And if you're interested in the paranormal or Bigfoot or both, I highly advise you to come check it out. They've got some top-notch speakers coming up.
And I don't want to, pop your balloon, but as I recall, it's on June 17th.
It is June 17th, I believe. I'm not real sure. It's that Saturday.
Okay. My birthday is June 17th, so you're going to miss that. I just want to point that out. So as you're searching for Sasquatch, I'll be searching for spirits at St. Ignatius.
That was my birthday present to you, a free ticket. But, oh well.
Well, we'll talk more about that offline. So, Charles, fancy meeting you here. We are in room 210. If you hear the echo, it's because there's a table and my equipment. We are, though, in this room that the last time I was here, I was with my friend Vel. He encountered something that made him a little uncomfortable, and so we had to quickly depart this room. There's been several accounts of people when they come in, they feel ill. They also hear certain things that tell them to get out, leave, get off the floor and leave. So we've also got some equipment set up. A moment ago, the REM pod went off when we were starting things up. We do have a digital recorder to capture any other audio around us or any EVPs we might capture, and that might also give a little bit more sound for us.
Right.
Before, though, we do any communicating, you weren't here for that. So I want to play a clip of some of the things that we captured with Vel. I do want to point out a couple things. I do ask about me bringing Boo Buddy, and I do feel there's a response. I talk about Vel feeling affected and get a response. And then Vel points out something that it hears and something then responds to that. You would grab Boo Buddy?
That's
I didn't want it. Scary.
and
Is something affecting Belle?
familiar with the computer. Yes.
Emily, definitely.
That's what I was thinking was what you said, Emily.
Yeah. Good.
But could have been definitely.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me about that, Charles, I don't know if you were able to pick up, I know you weren't here for that. What it sounds like to me is, I specifically had asked about Boo Buddy, and previously being told by Spirit to bring Boo Buddy, and it sounds as though he says, I didn't want it.
Yeah, with all the EVPs that I've heard, that was pretty clear.
That was coming from the FASBA box,
Right.
or Afterlife app at the time.
So that I would have to say that's one of the clearer responses. I mean, that seemed like a direct response
Yeah.
about the Boo Buddy doll.
And it seems really interesting when we talk about these ITC programs or applications, a lot of them are voice banks. And while that's fine and dandy, voice banks can be a variety of different things. It can be words, it can be just phonetic sounds. As you're hearing some of that where it sounds like phonetic sounds and then you hear a response like, I didn't want it, trying to make logical sense from an application, that doesn't make sense to have something like that said so clearly.
Right. That's a little more difficult to explain than just a random yes or no
Right.
that you might expect from like just an entertainment app.
Sure.
So I think that's got a lot more weight to it.
And on the tail end of that, when Bell is acknowledging what he hears, and to have that male voice come through and say he can hear it, or he can hear us, really was the top of his peak for him. And he was like, I'm out. I can't be here anymore. This is too crazy. I'm uncomfortable. I have to leave. And we did end up leaving this room right after because he didn't feel right. So it's...
Just off script a little bit, do we know anything about this room?
We really don't. So this is kind of the question mark here. We do know that the room has the word no spray painted on it, indicating that it was a no entry until the resident or the place was purchased and things have been changing over. They did open it up, I think it was about a year and a half ago, because you and I came in shortly after it had been reopened, and that was the first time then I think we had been in here with Boo Buddy, and I believe that we were getting some responses about family, and we were asking about if anybody was here, and there was something grumpy. There was the bed here at the time, if you remember, right here. I sat on it, Katrina sat on it, and you stood off to the side, and it was just an odd feeling, but not
So
dark.
that I just remembered of that trip anyway, the only SLS figure I picked up was on the toilet back in there.
Right in that room.
Yep.
So apparently it was somebody was doing their business.
Sorry to interrupt.
Very private moment, Charles, that you're capturing. So we've got some devices out. Want to see if we end up capturing anything, whether it be movement around us. We do have some other technology that we might bring out to see if we get responses, and then we have the recorder, which you can hear the engine outside that it's picking up because it is super sensitive. So we may have to.
That's awesome.
There are people coming here shortly to start a tour, so we may have some interference, but we're going to try and do this recording. Route 210. Or rather, room 210 has kind of been mysterious to me since coming in the first time. I mean, frankly, St. Ignatius itself is a mystery to me.
Always.
There's just something that keeps drawing me back.
We keep coming back, and we always have some type of activity. We always have questions, and it's almost like a drug. You got to have it.
You know, and we talked about it on the drive down. We don't have every experience the same each time we come. I've been here some days where nothing happens, and then we were here during a thunderstorm and lightning storm and had not much happen. But then you have something where it's just chaos all around.
And traditionally, you're taught and heard that it's thought that a storm will increase the paranormal activity,
Right.
which it still could be, probably is true, but for some reason that night it wasn't.
And it was super strange because it poured and poured
Yes.
and thunder and lightning and the police and it was quite exciting.
It was.
Yeah, I remember the lightning just lighting up the floors on the security cams.
So here we sit on Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's right. It is Friday the 13th at St. Ignatius.
Yes.
Check that off the bucket
In the
list.
middle of winter.
In the middle of
here
winter.
we are.
Good old January. Well, I think we should do what we do best.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So the Phasma box created by Extreme Senses, it's something that if you follow the episodes and the podcast itself, it is something that I use for spirit communication. Again, using voice banks. I don't know the specifics of phonetic words or otherwise, but what we're looking for is some sort of a response to us directly or an intelligent communication. But there's also that, roll of the dice of residual.
So fans, if you question some of this, which is good,
Look up Charles Howard Johnson on Facebook.
and stalk me.
Send him messages.
You need to find our episode about the Lincoln bodyguard.
Yes, the second
That-
episode, the
That
Frank Johnson.
that's purely amazing.
I think though, before we begin this, I think it's really important to call out the fact that there are communications in every episode, as I found. I did speak with you about this, and I'm not going to confidently say that each and every response is from whomever we're speaking of, but I do believe we're getting intelligent responses about the person from the person, or somebody that knew the story of the person, or a spunky spirit.
So I have to agree. We're only at the beginning of trying to understand what all this is about.
Right.
And I think we're starting to learn a little bit, but compared to the full story, it's like chapter 1.
Yeah, and I don't know at what point we'll ever get to chapter 2.
Right.
But I do think that, yes, we're just learning, and all of this is an experiment. There's no actual documentation that states the Melmeter produces results or the Phasma box is a clear communication to spirit. I will say I've had my own experiences personally with it.
And you, as investigators, we've got to look at all kinds of possibilities of,
Absolutely.
is it us as investigators concentrating on the devices? Some kind of weird psychic ability? Who knows? But we do know that since the beginning of time, people have had unexplainable events happen.
Most definitely, yeah, most definitely. And we also know that it's possible entirely for somebody to create a fictitious character or spirit, giving it life, giving it energy, and then allowing it to manifest and communicate. We see that, and that is something that happens all the time.
Right, and that could well be tied into the solution. We hear a ghost story, we go to a place expecting that, we give it energy, we create it, we empower it.
Yeah, that's very, very well put. And I've never thought of it that way, but absolutely something that happens.
And I believe when people come into a building, they recharge the batteries.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
A lot to think about, kind of a very thought-provoking start. Now let's see if we can get some thought-provoking responses.
do it.
If you hear beeping at any point, that would be an indicator that the REM pod has gone off. This REM pod is located right in the doorway of room 210. We want to see if anything comes through or exits the room. Of course, we won't know the direction fully.
Right. And if you hear screaming, you know it didn't go so well.
That'd be Charles.
Yes.
You were already getting a little spooked out a moment ago. Well, Charles, that was interesting.
Very.
So as we were starting the Phasma box, I watched the lights on the podcast device completely go out We just put brand new batteries in right before we sat down.
That's pretty amazing.
The only explanation I have, other than the fact that it is frigid, and the new battery pack has just dropped 50%.
Folks, I'm sitting here watching this right now, and it is crazy. All one.
We're gonna lose that here in a minute. All right, we swapped the battery out again. That is 100%. And we're going to see if we can do the Phasma box. Who's here with us? What's your name? I feel like something's watching me, like standing right behind me. Is there somebody standing behind me?
Black boxer. All of this great rock.
What is your name?
You are compliant.
Did it say, do you want to play? If they let it?
I heard the
Three is half it.
things happen.
Goosebumps.
Oh, I see him.
Did you just ask us to leave? It's me with my flashlight.
How many spirits are here with us right now?
I thought I heard 6. Can somebody touch the red light over by the door?
Please, interest.
Leave. Can you touch the red light? Yes.
So when we first started it, and you asked, "What's your name?" I thought I heard a lady say a spirit.
Okay.
Did you die here?
I also.
I think it said I'm also dead.
That would be really interesting to go back and listen to, because I think you're right.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Do you want us to go back and record or listen to it? Do you remember us?
It sounded like I do. Yes, do. So if you can touch the red light, will you please touch the red light? Was that the red blob?
I didn't see it, no.
I heard it though, but I didn't see it.
You just heard it?
Yeah, like how could
Is something giving me chills?
For them to.
I thought I heard right answer when you said that.
Maybe. I'm freezing.
And it's gotten noticeably colder. Are there spirits here with us right now?
Charles has been here the whole time.
You were awful quiet then. Kind of hurt my feelings.
Please visit.
Please visit. Who are we talking with?
Like,
Like who? How many spirits are speaking with us? If you find it. Does anybody know if Rose had her beer today? Weren't with him?
Open yesterday.
Seriously, I'm shaking. Like something is right behind me, making me uncomfortable. Who's behind me?
Get the millimeter.
Yeah. What did it just say?
I heard okay, then
In your dream?
I heard that. Are you going to visit Bri in her dreams?
Stop. I need to sleep in order to dream. So it's 42 degrees.
just
Can you...
With sorrow.
With sorrow?
Sorrow? Can you touch the red light?
Wait.
Or come and touch this antenna? He just said I won't do it.
I thought I heard a voice before that say go ahead.
Maybe. The temperature is dropping.
What is it now?
Here we come! Where are you coming from? Here they come. It was telling us that they were
Right.
coming. What?
Was that your one friendly spirit that you said would?
Richard?
Yeah, Richard.
Who just said boo?
so Anna's been. So
Now it went up in temperature to, oh, it's up and down.
The back.
Can you touch the antenna in my hand? Just touch the antenna, you don't have to touch me.
just actually.
I'll put it on the floor.
Okay, probably.
Could probably.
Mm-hmm.
Can you now touch the antenna? If you want us to leave this room, will you please touch the antenna or the red light?
I'm done.
So I think we're hearing some sounds from people downstairs.
Okay.
Sound like rides here. Someone's Uber's here. Come on, Rose.
Rose, are you here with us?
Did it just say it's cold?
Yep.
Who's talking with us? Richard.
Richard, was that you?
The charge on.
It's a charge on. Richard, did you just suck my battery down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Richard, where have you been?
This isn't working now.
Something Val. What?
Richard, do you know Val?
I couldn't make it out.
You might be able to in the
It's
room.
your father.
What floor is Val on right now?
What do I mean?
What does that mean? Where's Val?
Put it locker.
Quit it, something.
Something walking, I thought I heard. What floor is Val on? Did it say one?
Very slowly, I think. Kind of drawn out.
Who's in the kitchen right now?
Can you whisper in Val's ear?
How are we gonna know?
She'll tell us. I would hope. How many spirits are talking to us right now?
Okay. Did you hear it mimic me? Who is in room 210? What is your name? Did you just say get out? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I want to get out of this room. Believe that. But I need to know. Get out again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two things. Who is saying my name? Can you tell me who's telling me my name? Who's saying, hey, Bri?
But should
They should. We have people coming down the hall. So if you want us to leave, please touch the red light and turn it blue or green. Please, I asked nicely. Please touch the red light and turn it blue or green, or touch the millimeter with the antenna. You said blue.
I did, I heard that.
That's the only way I'm leaving this room. Otherwise, I'm gonna be here all night.
I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done. You're pulling the plug already, huh?
I'm done. Peace out.
Peace out. Touch it. Turn it blue, please.
I'm actually.
Please turn it blue. Turn it blue, please.
the summer's
I'm just asking you to turn it blue. Can you touch one of the devices and we will leave? Did it say get out again?
Think so, maybe.
Version 1.
every day.
Every day.
Every day.
So you don't like people in here? No.
No.
Why?
It's hopeless.
It's hopeless. See, here's the thing though. I prefer the dead more than the living sometimes.
Yep.
So I'm here to talk to you. The humans, did it say you are?
Uh-huh.
The humans aren't so nice these days, let me tell you. I don't know where you're from, but Spirit talks better.
Signal prepared. Phase selection.
Who's watching?
Thought they said something like bay.
Maybe. So can you talk to me, please? Tell me your name.
What is
Will you touch the red light, please? Oh, that's theirs.
Sure.
Well, it's not. It's not this. Though I don't know why there's no audio to this. You hear the whistle?
Yeah.
Behind.
Well, the millimeters decided to.
They're looking to, as it is now.
As it is now. You said you were behind. I don't see anything.
Healing house.
Can you touch the antenna? Rosewood.
Oh, wow.
Hello. All right, I just turned this off. Is there anybody else that wants to speak with us?
I
think it's been enough. You still won't touch that red light?
Might.
I thought it said red light.
what would you recommend?
Let's bring up the
People.
I would recommend you touch the red light, please.
So would I.
Yeah. Turn it blue.
It's not going to hurt you.
Promise it won't. It'll just confirm that you want us to leave.
getting great con.
That's military.
Use all your
Listen. The boat.
The phone.
Hawaiian.
That's weird. All right, so here we are, room 210, still trying to figure out who are you? You've asked me that?
Tell us your name again.
Why won't you tell us your name? Okay. Well, I guess we'll go. I'm tired. All right, thank you. Thank you for talking with us. Charles, that was a little bit of a different, I don't know, communication. I mean, there was a lot happening.
Yeah, it wasn't just limited a little bit. It seemed like it was very prolonged and.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really anticipate it to mimic me when I said okay. I didn't expect to hear the REM pod go off, though it wasn't lighting up.
Well, also when you got the goosebumps, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then after a while after, though, it said behind, which was exactly what I kept saying. I was feeling something behind me. I still feel not settled.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how to put it. I just feel real antsy, and I don't know if it's the movement out.
And you also add in the battery drain, which was utterly amazing.
Yeah, that, and I mean, It's one thing to have brand new Duracell batteries die on you, but it's another to have a power bank that was freshly charged this morning die on you.
And I wouldn't think it's that cold to,
It was registering about 42, 43.
yeah,
so,
I wouldn't think that would be enough to,
Yeah. So, and interesting when asking for names, we finally got the name Richard, which Richard is a former resident of St. Ignatius when it was the developmentally disabled.
and am I correct in thinking we thought we heard boo?
Yeah, we did hear boo. Yeah, and I do want to just take a moment to play a clip here of an EVP that I captured with Richard, actually, which is something that I've always loved about coming to St. Ignatius and looking for Richard. I used to say, Richard, I'm here, come with me, and I would feel like he would tag along, as silly as some might find. This was what I would hear when Richard would be around. Now that might not sound like much, but to be randomly walking and have just that sound of woo in your ear was constant.
Right.
So I could always say it was Richard trying to entertain or spook me or something, but in many times since, probably in the last few years, I haven't had any experience with Richard, so hopefully that was him.
To me, it comes across pretty comical.
Yeah.
Here we are, ghost hunters, and boo.
Yeah. And then you get that right there in the Phasma box where it says boo. Kind of mind-boggling.
Right.
And then the other response that we heard was, they're coming. And ironically, the tour was coming on its way up the stairs.
And possibly mentioning the name Rose.
Yes. I definitely have to say a little bit more activity than what I was expecting in room 210.
Yeah, again, some pretty interesting responses that weren't just the cut and dry yes, no.
Yeah.
Some pretty relevant, significant, I think, answers.
Yeah, I would definitely say intelligent.
Yes.
Maybe a little residual in there because I think there were a few things that were said that didn't really place. But never do we have the same experience here.
Nope.
No, not at all. 210 though. I don't know if I'm any closer to getting answers.
Hopefully, at least a step closer. I mean, one of these days we will get there, I think.
Yeah, definitely, or hopefully find some archive information on room 210 or what actually happened in here. You can definitely feel the energy of not wanting to be here. For myself, I know right now I feel like I have the heebie-jeebies, and I think you really like that when that happens to me. But
Well, now that you mention it.
I remember that one time in the nuns' quarters, and you were like, ha ha ha.
Let's see Bri sweat.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to lose a bet soon and end up back in there with you. But I do, like, when I was here with Vel, I didn't feel any which way. I felt fine, calm, not antsy. Right now I feel antsy.
Okay.
Those are
Do you feel
screaming.
Do you feel weaker than you did, a little drained, or?
Maybe, yeah, a little bit fatigued. But just like I should get up out of here, which isn't normal for me.
Right.
And I don't feel threatened. I just feel like my work here is done and I should probably bounce. But communication very strong here in room 210 for some reason tonight. It's always a real pleasure to come into St. Ignatius and try to surround yourself with whatever activity or spirits are within the building or the room itself. And you never know what you're going to find.
I'm really impressed with the Phasma box. That was a pretty good session.
Yeah, and I think, as you and I have worked together and we've spoke of it, we've traded secrets back and forth as far as what we're using and what we're not
Right.
using. Some of these apps or ITC devices do seem to hold some weight at
Yes.
times, but you have to be skeptical.
Right.
We always try to keep an open mind. This definitely was a stronger communication for the last few visits, and I don't know what made that any different, if it was the technology that we used We'll wrap up this episode here at St.
Friday,
Ignatius.
the 13th episode.
Friday the 13th episode. Charles, thanks for showing up unannounced.
Well, thank you for finally coming back for me. I appreciate it.
I was so scared by the lightning, I guess I just had to leave and
You forgot?
I forgot. I'm surprised though your wife didn't contact me.
She probably paid you.
I think we need to go and find some more to explore.
I think you're right.
All right. Stay tuned. More episodes, Boo Crew Case Files. More to come with Mr. Johnson.
I'll be back.
And myself. Stay tuned. If you've heard anything, find us on Facebook, Boo Crew Case Files, or email boocrew.pnw@gmail.com. Bye. Want to check out St. Ignatius for yourself? Tickets are available for tours at www.colfaxhauntedhospital.com. Schedule your tour now.